In this section, we're going to go through premium discount ranges into a bit more depth and detail, okay? We're going to use it with Confluence of multiple time frame analysis with a 4 hour, 1 hour, and 15. And we're going to look for high probability areas where you can buy and sell, okay? It all comes down to supply, demand, identifying the trend, and where to sell in the high probability areas. Is it in a premium? Is it in a discount? If you keep this very simple, this will help with your strike rate being high. You should be having a 20 or 30% strike rate. You should be having 50% and above, okay? Because you're having multiple losses in a row, you will get burnt a long time, okay? So I'm going to help you with this section, and hopefully this will help you improve your strike rate and high probability trade setups, okay? So as you can see here, we have a premium level right here. It's above the 50%, okay? This is when we want to sell. We want to sell in these key areas. This will help your strike rate. We want to buy at the cheapest point, okay? So as you can see here, we do have the trend, okay? Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. How do we mark this Fibonacci level on? So you go to the last high, you drag it across to your last low, and that's it. Very, very simple, okay? This is on the 4 hour chart, okay? We use the 4 hour time frame for our high time frame analysis, and this is where we can look for executional trades, okay? And on the lower time frames, we can look for change of order flow to buy and sell, okay? As you can see here, price action came down, came back to the 50% level, above it, and then this is a great area to look to a sell, and then price action can continue down. This is how smart money concepts works, and if you can stick to this, this will help you succeed. So we will go down to, real time frame now on 4 hour, and I'll show you how it works, okay? So I'm just going to delete all this, and I'll just go through, and as you can see here, I've got stuff marked on already, all right? Just to save us a bit of time, we have the 4 hour chart. As you can see here, we're making higher highs, and then we made a new lower low. I'll zoom right in here, okay? So price action push down. Let's just draw our fib on right here, okay? And so we're expecting price action to have a pullback, and there's a high potential we're going to make a lower high to create a new lower low, all right? Once we have two lower lows, two lower highs, that confirms a trend, okay? And there's a more high probability that price action will keep trending, okay? And then we can take advantage of these ranges, all right? The first one's always the hardest, all right? In this instance, we did not reach the 50% level of the lower high, okay? However, there is a little buy to sell range right here, okay, that price action did reject, all right? And I will go into those into the next subject, okay? So just a quick understanding, this is another supply and demand zone that price action is highly likely to reject as well, okay? So on the lower time frames, it'll be a 1 hour order block or a 15-minute order block this is respecting, okay? But we will go into that later. So let's just follow price action and just move the market and just so we can see how price action moves and how we can look for areas to buy and sell, okay? So straight away, made a new lower low, all right? We've broken structure. I'm just trying to combine everything you've learned in the previous subjects so you can learn how we all trade and execute high probability trades. So we made a new lower low. What happens after we made a new lower low? So yes, we didn't break structure with the full body closure. However, I use wicks because I know they like to get mitigated on the lower time frame. All right, so remember that. All right, some people use the full body. I use that. I use wicks. Okay, so what can we do now? We've broken trend. Let's move this range right back down. As you can see here, we've broken trend. This is a confirmed trend now. So we're expecting a lower high. So we can look for sells in the back of the ranges here, okay? You don't have to use the Fibonacci. However, I highly recommend it. You'll see on some of my drawings, on my charts, I use a square, okay? And then I usually have the Fibonacci in the corner just to mark on the 50%. But once you become used to it, you sort of know where the 50% level is and you look for your key areas, all right? So as you can see, let's just play through here. price action is pushing up into the premium level. So this is when we'll start looking at high execution trades on the lower time frame. All right, and there you go. So you'll be looking for a key area here. You got this 4 hour order block. I know on the lower time frame. Let's just go to the 1 hour. This just tapped into it, tapped into the highest point up here. Okay, one right here. It's just nipped it and then pushed down. So you could look for sells here. Okay, you can look for sellers here. Yes, I have these boxes on here. They're the Asian ranges, which I'll go into the next subject. Okay, I'll just let them on for you, just so you get a little bit aware of the Asian session time. And so, same thing again. What have you had? We've had a 4 hour boss. Okay, so same thing again. A lot of people don't use wicks. They use wait for the body close. However, I do because I know price action likes to mitigate them on the lower time frame. So we've had a 4 hour boss. This is a 1 hour boss as well. Let's just duck out to the 4 hour. What do we do now? So you need to move the market as it's trending. Okay, so I'm going to move this here. I'll delete this OB. The market is trending, all right? So what can we expect right now? Make a lower low, expecting lower high. We want to look for sells where? In the premium. This is very, very basic, okay? And there we go. So we made a lower high. And where did it come to? It came just into the 50%, all right? And now the market is definitely trending, all right? A new 4 hour boss. I'll zoom right in. Same thing again. Can we expect a new lower low? Or is price action just going to push down, okay? So you'll see this in some instances. Price action does this, makes a few little lower lows, lower highs, and then we can have a big push, all right? Happens all the time. So we have to evolve with the market, all right? As you can see here, price action is pushing down. You evolve with the market. As you can see here, this is the last lower low, lower high, lower low, okay? So you need to move the market, move your ranges with the market, because this will identify your premium and discount levels, okay? All right, so we're having a bit of, we've got a 4 hour candle here that looks like we're probably due for a pullback. So can you buy in a downtrend? Yes, you can. However, you need some sort of change of order flow on the lower time frames, okay? So we need to look for either a 1 hour or a 15. I recommend multiple time frames to change trend. If you have a 4 hour down here, 4 hour change of trend, a 1 hour and a 15, you're laughing to look for a pullback into the market, okay? So same thing again. Let's just drag this over and see what price action does here. And we're expecting a pullback, okay? We're going with the trend, all right? Yes, you can definitely look for buys down here, all right, on the lower time frame, but we're expecting a lower high, all right? We'll see how high this comes up. And there we go. So we're tapping into the premium level right now, okay? We're mitigating this little buy to sell range right here, okay? So I know on the lower time frame, there'll be an order block there. On the 1 hour, we'll just duck down. You can see here, it's just respecting this little range right here, all right? So these become a little bit discretionary, but I know on the lower time frame, on the 15, this would be an order block, okay? As you can see here, we've got this 15-minute order block right here. That price action is respecting, okay? So we'll go into this later. However, there's order blocks everywhere, all right? So we need to wait for some sort of change of order flow once it hits this to look for levels, okay? So this is a perfect example. I've just marked on the 15 levels. I'll zoom right in for you so you can see. As you can see here, we had some sort of change of order flow, all right? So we had a boss, price action pushing down. I'll mark it on for you, all right? And now price action is pushing up, okay? So this is when you can sort of take advantage of the market. Broad trend here, price action is pushing up. And where's it likely to go to? So we can look for buys. I'd recommend the 50% level, all right? Because sometimes price action can just reject before it and head down. And as you can see here, we got into the premium level right here, and then price action rejected and went down. So when you're looking for areas to sell and buy, you need Confluence, all right? Is it in the middle of nowhere? If it is, there's no order block, no nothing, do not buy and sell. You need some confirmation. So you wait for a confirmation with the order block in the premium or discount, okay? So it's hit this. In the London session here, price action pushed up, and then we've had a push down. So I'm guessing price will start rolling over, okay? So just see what happens here, and price action just rolling over. All right, and come back up. And where does it come back to? It just missed this little 15-minute OB at the back here, and this looks like it's just making a lower low, a lower high, and now a new lower low, okay? And we're pushing down. And what are we expecting on the higher time frame? We're expecting price to make a new lower low because we're going with the trend, okay? As you can see here. So this is very, very easy to follow once we know when to buy and sell. If you do this, your strike rate will be a lot higher, okay? If you're selling at the bottom of the range here, you're going to take multiple losses. If you're selling at the top of the ranges, your strike rate will improve, all right? So I'll just quickly go through. Let's just see where the trend ends down here. So you can just follow the trend. You can just follow the trend all the way, all right? Same again, we'll move this down. I went a little bit ahead of myself. $4 hour, all right? So look, this is a very, very basic understanding of how premium discount ranges work, all right? We'll do the same again. Where do we expect price action to come to? Look, we've got some price action pretty mitigated around here, all right? But we just mark on our key areas. This is a 1 hour order block. All right, we do have this little 1 hour order block here that price action respect. So let's just see what price action does here. We are expecting our pullback in the market. As you can see here, we actually had a 15-minute change of trend right here. So we're expecting price action to probably push up, okay? And with this, it's tapped into the back of the range. This is when you start looking for sells, okay? I'm not going to go into our entries just yet, but this just gives you an indication of when to sell and when to buy, okay? So same thing again, we're expecting new lows to break. We're in a premium. We're looking for sells at these ranges, especially in the back of the range. There is a saying, the trend is your friend, but the range is your best friend. So look, this is a quick understanding of how we look for premium discount ranges and how to follow the order flow, all right? So we need to add all these things together. Supply and demand zones, our key order blocks, the trend, and if we're selling in a premium discount, write that down in your plan, okay? And stick to it, all right? If you stick to those basic rules, this will really help improve your trading and execution of trades, okay? I'd highly recommend just wait for price action to hit these premium to look for sells, and when it hits the discount levels, look for buys. But if you're going against a trend, you need to wait for some change of order flow. I'd recommend 2 time frames, the 1 hour and 15. This will help with Confluence. Every time you take a 15-minute change of trend, it can get a little bit noisy. However, you need to identify some bullish order flow to go against the market, okay? You can personally just make a rule to trade with the trend in the back of the ranges, all right? Look, so I hope this gave you a good understanding of how we look for buyers and sellers in premium discount with the MTF, the multiple time frame analysis. If you have any questions, please ask. I'm willing to help anybody. I want everybody around me to succeed, and I'll see you on to the next subject. Have a great day, guys. Thank you.